I was not a fan.
Oh, I thought he was hilarious.
Kingston, Jamaica.
Well, every time I see a Whopper or Malteser, I'm gonna think that.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at a British comedian. We haven't done any comedy for a while, so...
Nope.
Anyway guys, this video is going to be Jack Whitehall. We've done a couple of his videos in the past. But anyway, the video is Jack Whitehall teaches you to be British.
So we'll learn a lot, hopefully.
Either we're going to learn a lot...
He is British, so you should know.
We'll either learn a lot, or we will already know. It's going to be interesting to
Sure.
see. Watch the video, comment down below what you guys think, and let us know how accurate this is. I have heard that he's from London and kind of more posh.
I have heard that,
It will
yes.
be interesting to see.
And make sure you stick around to the end to see what we think and whether or not we know how to be British.
And I am British. Today I'm going to show you how to be British. I'm going to teach you how to use some slang, instruct you on making the perfect cup of tea, talk you through a couple of British snacks, and I'm going to introduce you to a few of our accents.
Oh wow, this really sounds like a well-rounded video guide into being British.
Let's hope so.
We are not a nation that is famed for our cuisine, but we are quite good on snacking, presumably to avoid having to eat our bland, tasteless, horrible, flaccid food.
Oh no.
So, first up, Maltesers. You don't have Maltesers in America?
Yeah, it's Whoppers out here.
Whoppers?
Yeah, but they're crap.
They're crap. Well, these are amazing. Like a light chocolate, they sort of melt in your mouth. We have a lot of Maltesers in the house, actually.
I think I've had Whoppers before.
Yeah, I haven't
I kind
tried.
of like them.
I haven't heard of Maltesers. Oh, and I was gonna say, actually, I have heard from like other foreigners. It's like, yeah, British food sucks. I didn't think it was that bad, and again, like in the previous stuff, it sounds like it's gotten better over the years. But they were kind of known for a time.
Well, the best British food we have was usually not British ethnic.
True.
Chocolate, they sort of melt in your mouth. We have a lot of Maltesers in the house, actually. My girlfriend is a diabetic. There's an interesting little tidbit of information about my life. And for any of you that don't know about diabetes, you have to very carefully monitor your blood sugar levels, which means if you do strenuous exercise, they can dip very dangerously low. So what that now means in my life is that I can tell exactly how good of a performance I've put in the bedroom by what my girlfriend is having to snack on after we've had sex. For example, if post-coitally I were to roll over and see her tucking into an entire novelty-sized Toblerone, I would be like, well played, Jack. Bravo, good work. I have on occasion rolled over after sex and seen her consuming a single Malteser, which is not a great review. So I do actually find the Malteser quite triggering now. The sight of her popping just one of these in and going, right, I'm going to bed now. Not great. Could be worse, could be a Skittle. Okay.
I am not going to unsee that now. Every time I see a Whopper or Malteser, I'm going to think that.
That is hilarious.
I think it just ruined that candy for me.
I was gonna say, actually, the Toblerone. I don't know why, but when we landed in Iceland at the airport, it was like the first thing my brother saw, and it was actually cheap. It was like $5 or $8 for one of those big massive ones. And like he immediately bought like 2 or 3 for gifts to like send to some of his coworkers or whatever. But he bought them like the very first thing. And I think throughout the whole trip, we actually went through one of those.
Okay, I was going to say, did you actually survive the trip? Did
Oh yeah, we looked up chocolate. I was gonna say, actually, that basket, I don't recognize any of that stuff in there.
So far, no.
Okay, what have we got here? Jelly babies. Little sort of, I guess, little jellified human beings that we eat. I remember as a kid eating these a lot and like taking
gummy
great joy in
bears.
like beheading the jelly baby, which makes me sound like a psychopath, but like all kids did that, definitely. It wasn't just me. So again, there's a lot of these in the house. Oh dear. Percy pigs. Love a Percy pig. These are from M&S, and they have M&S in all of the service stations in the UK. So these you tend to eat if you're like on a long drive.
I was gonna ask us what they are.
Fill up on the Percy pigs. These are the goat of sweets. They're great. Okay, cockles. Now these are a Cockney delicacy.
Okay, we were sent some of these. We never did try them. I think they got lost. And I don't think I wanted to try them anyway. They're like shellfish or something.
The old me would have told you that these are absolutely minging, but now I have to like these and enjoy all of these things like cockles and whelks and jelly deals. Oh, like literally thinking about that makes me wretch. Just like a bony chopped up eel in gelatin, and that is a delicacy in the East End. And then cockles, you eat these as well with like a little toothpick. And I've had to sit in front of my girlfriend's grandfather and pretend to enjoy these when inwardly I'm dying.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, certain foods I just like, it's like shark, whale, horse, jellied eels, jellyfish. Like there's a big list of things I really don't want to try.
No.
No interest in trying it.
It's part of the culture, but I'm like, no, I'm good.
Tea? You've got tea here. Surely. Oh, English breakfast tea. I mean, actually, to be fair, the reality is when I've
twins.
been traveling in America before, I have brought my own tea with me. I also brought Marmite with me when I came to America as well, because you can't get Marmite here. I mainly like Marmite
can, it's just
because of
hard.
how much it disconcerts Americans.
All
You're
right, here we
not
go.
necessarily aficionados when it comes to making tea over here. I have even heard stories about people putting lemon in it. Ooh. So now
Yeah, okay, but
I only put lemon in my herbal tea.
sweet tea. Sweet tea is totally different. That is, I think, a more of American thing.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's not. I'm not for sure. I know, like the Southern sweet tea, like cold iced tea with lemon and sugar
Yeah.
and stuff. Like that's
It's sweet.
you want lemon with.
I'm going to show you how to make a proper British cup of tea. First up, set your tea bag
didn't say cuppa.
into the cup. All good so far. Hopefully everyone's up to speed. You will take your water, which must be boiled, and gently soak that tea bag. Pour a little bit into the saucer as well. That's always good. I am fond of a little bit of tea bagging, so I like to lift it up and just gently dunk it in a couple of times, just to get everything out of that bag. And then you need to let it steep, about 2 minutes of steeping time. Then we're going
You
to
have
take
to
the
cover
bag
it,
out,
though, I thought.
and then we've got milk here. Don't put the milk in first, and don't ask for any other milk. It needs to be proper milk from a cow, okay? None of your nut juice. I have in fact seen
You do
American.
almond milk?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why, but I actually find it tastes better with tea. I actually
The
prefer
almond milk?
I prefer the almond milk with it than like cow milk. I don't know why.
I have in fact seen an American attempt to ask for alternative milks in the UK, and the admittedly slightly older gentleman that was working there looked at him with pure hatred in his eyes, and he said the milk options are hot or cold. And then a little stir. And no sugar either. I don't think you're allowed to have sugar. No, maybe you are. That's builder's tea. That's what we call it. Is when you have about 8 sugars in it. And then that's your
Sorry.
perfect cup of tea. Yeah, pretty good actually.
Wasn't our tea video like 30 minutes or something? It took us forever to like try to make.
I
Well, it was
think
a whole meal.
Yeah,
I
we
think.
incorporated it
Yeah.
with something else.
I know everyone was like, oh, "It's so easy to make a cup of tea. Why is this video so long?"
We wanted to get it right, and we still got it wrong.
Trolleyed. This is a British word for
Ooh,
drunk.
ooh, ooh.
Oh, here I said.
Okay, I was gonna say a trolley is what they call a shopping cart, but okay, never
I
mind.
had too many ales last night, officer, and I'm afraid I'm a little bit trolleyed. Just like the
Oh, is that like the more polite way of saying pissed?
No, drunk.
No, I know. Being pissed is being drunk.
Oh.
That's like the slang term. Like I'm pissed.
Yeah, maybe.
Inuits have
It's the posh version.
60 different words for
That's what I'm
snow.
wondering.
We have a lot of different ways to describe getting drunk. Steaming, blotto, wasted, minted, munted. Trolleyed is a sort of interim state.
Minted,
when
munted?
you're on your way to being
I've only
completely
heard
shit-faced,
wasted.
it's just before that, and then a couple more drinks and you would be annihilated. Pants. So pants is a word that is used to describe something that is not great. Not pants like underpants. Oh no, I think it is like pants. Yeah, it must be like pants.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like a derogatory
You
term.
don't even
Oh,
know.
that's pants. Or I went to watch my football team, not soccer, last night, and they lost 3-0. It was pants. Pied
Yeah,
off.
that's a
This
different way of
means
saying
to
it.
disrespect someone. The etymology of this is from pie in face, like having a pie shoved into your face. Pied off has become very popular, especially with the kids of late, because it has been popularized in a television show, the show where they follow the dating lives of people with learning difficulties. Love Island, that's it.
Oh my god.
Not watch
hilarious.
that.
I haven't seen it. I've only heard of it, but it's kind of a jab at them not being the smartest people.
What was your uncle? Yeah, this is a really weird one.
I've
This
heard
one
this one.
means
Okay, I've
like
heard this.
something's really easy. You go down to the shops, stick your items in the basket, go to the till and pay for them. Bob's your uncle. It's got nothing to do with anyone actually called Bob. I have no idea where this one came from. It's pretty weird. It's not a
That's a great description of it.
phrase I use a lot. It's quite old-timey. It's the kind of phrase that my parents might use. From this, thus far, remember pied off. That one gets used a lot more. This one I feel like is going to be phased out. Under the cosh. This one is used by sports telecasters a lot. If you're watching a game and your team is up against the wall, they could be under the cosh. That means under pressure, I guess. Cosh, what does cosh mean? Is that like a baton that you whack people with? Could this be a cosh? So under the cosh suggests maybe someone getting beaten with
Like
a
under the
baton.
rod.
I love how it seems like he doesn't know. Some of them he's just like,
He's
no.
really British.
No, he's very Paul. This should be good.
So Scouse accent is
Heard
people
that.
from Liverpool, Merseyside. It's a very distinctive accent. Quite unnerving if you hear it come out of someone's mouth for the first time. It's quite hard on the consonants. There are certain gateway sentences that can help you into the Scouse accent. Famously, bucket of fried chicken and a can of Coke. It's just because there's lots of C's
Almost
and you
sounds
have to really
Scottish.
wrap your tongue around it. You get quite a lot of saliva building up in your mouth. So if you're not trained in the
Like you're really trolleyed while talking.
Yeah.
in the Scouse accent, and you do have to stand back from people when you speak it because there can be quite a lot of spray. Geordie, this is a dangerous one for me to attempt. It can sometimes.
I think, isn't Sarah McKillen?
Yeah, I think that's her name. Yeah.
Yeah.
The comedian.
Isn't Sarah McKillen a Geordie?
Yeah, she's got a Geordie
And we
accent.
thought she was from London or something. Like,
Yeah.
everyone was like, no, she's absolutely not. She's Geordie.
I think I mistaked it for a bit of a Cockney accent, but us Americans think everything's
Jamaican,
Cockney.
She's not great, so I will try to be careful. This is people from the northeast of England, from Newcastle. Oh no, it's already gone a bit. Focus. Their big phrase out there is how we the lads. That means like, how are you doing? No, it doesn't. It means come on. That's what it means. Famous people from the northeast are like Paul Gascoigne and Sam Fender. He's in a band from the northeast, and he talks like that. And if you do it really slowly, then it's a lot safer. If I speed up any more than this, then we may end up in Kingston, Jamaica, which we don't want. It's like you're sort of just belching out each of the syllables like that. Don't think I'm going to be invited back to Newcastle anytime soon. Soon.
Trying so
funny to
hard.
watch.
Yorkshire. This is an accent from the north of England. People from Sheffield and Leeds, former mining towns. They got Yorkshire tea up there. They really like gravy, which they have on everything. They say things like, "Hey up, duck." I think that's hello. Received pronunciation, RP. This is how people used to speak on the wireless,
Proper
on the
British,
radio
I
back
think.
in the day, and everyone was trained to talk like this, whether you were from Newcastle or Liverpool or Yorkshire. If you wanted to get on the telly, you had to talk like this. That's very clipped, and you have to enunciate all of the words and speak very quickly like that, and is sort of, I would say, my accent. I speak in received pronunciation because I tend to talk on a day-to-day basis like I have found a time machine and travelled from the 1930s. Cockney,
There
the
you go.
accent that was famously murdered by Dick Van Dyke in the Mary Poppins films. It is
I just haven't seen those. He was doing a British accent?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
an accent that is used by people that are from the East End of London, traditionally that grew up within the sound of the.
I feel like I've also heard it called a London accent. We'll see if he
it's been
mentions
a-
that. I did a video on accents in case you missed it, and I feel like she covered that, and I feel like it was also called a London accent. I
It has
could be wrong.
been
Maybe that was two different things.
A long time. Over like a year and a half or 2 years since I've like even somewhat looked at accents. So they're all kind of like, I don't remember the dialects or anything. So
Well, it's been about a year and a half since we've been there.
yeah.
East End of London, traditionally that grew up within the sound of the bells of Bow, which is a cathedral in East London, and if you were born within earshot of the Bow bells, then you would be considered a Cockney. It's an accent that I have to be careful with. My girlfriend is from the East End. Her family are from the East End. Used to be an accent that I would slip into for comic effect, but quite frankly, I'm scared of them. Brummy.
He even tried to do it.
Yeah.
Brummy is the
I think I've heard
accent
this one.
used by people from Birmingham. You will have heard
Maybe
it.
I have.
You lot, Condé Nast viewers, smart, sophisticated people like you in Peaky Blinders, which
I was
I'm
gonna
not
mention
featured in because,
Yeah.
you've guessed it, I cannot do a Brummy accent. It's one of the few that I don't think I can do. Brumay. That was sort of it. Brumay. I'm from Birmingham. Actually, that's better than it's ever been. Wow.
You can only say two words
Peaky
though.
Blinders.
He surprised himself. Peaky Blinders,
I love that show.
don't know how accurate it was at all, but I mean, obviously, I don't even think it was based off a true story. I don't remember. Anyway,
Well, isn't Cillian Murphy actually British?
he's Irish.
He's out. Oh, well, that's why he was able to.
It's
do
a
it well.
really good show. We really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious how popular it is over in the UK. So comment
Oh
down
yeah,
below
let us
if
know.
Peaky Blinders is a big thing over there or not.
Start in London. I
Is
think
it a
you would
holiday?
head off down the Thames to wonderful Henley-on-Thames, where they have the regatta, and it's absolutely swarming with toffs in gilets and red trousers and boater hats. That would be a lovely place to sort of start.
What's a toff?
Not sure.
Then you might punt down the Thames, and you could head off to Oxford, where they
Okay.
have the
Been there.
famous university, which I didn't get into. So actually, you know what? Fuck Oxford. I'll go to Swindon. There we
Swindon.
are. I mean, it's not necessarily the finest city in the country. It's got a little bit of a reputation for being possibly a little bit backward. No, it's not backward. It's
that?
just that Swindon has the
Roundabout?
most complicated roundabout system in Europe. It's called the Magic Roundabout. It's literally impossible to navigate. It's like 8 roundabouts surrounding a massive roundabout. It's impossible to drive across. And I had to learn to drive there and obviously failed my test because I kept getting stranded on the Magic Roundabout. I suspect they have the Magic Roundabout in Swindon because it's the only way that you could keep anyone in Swindon. It's like
That's pretty good. We actually almost went to Swindon just to try out the
It was
roundabout.
a bit out of the way, but we thought about it for sure.
We thought, especially since they someone wrote an article of the video I did about that, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And we really, looking back in hindsight, we probably should have done it, even if we had sucked and had to just drive through across
I was
it.
scared of it. Your driving was good, but I didn't want to push it.
It's like a moat almost to keep people within the city of Swindon. You literally can't escape. I mean, that's probably where the road trip would end because you'd just be there stranded on this fucking roundabout. I mean, it's not a great road trip. You're not seeing a lot of the country. You're mainly just seeing Swindon. Thank you very much. I've been Jack Whitehall, and I hope this gets you through Britain without getting punched. And as the Geordies would say, "Ha we why I man, gan away, on the tune."
The
They would never
Jamaican
say that.
Geordies.
Because it makes no sense whatsoever. It's just noises.
That was actually a lot better than I thought. I didn't really know what to expect from it. It's like celebrities and the interview and stuff, but I think he actually did a really good job just kind of, especially when I get American if you're watching. I mean, obviously it was in a comedic,
Yeah.
somewhat sarcastic sense, but
I feel like he introduced it as for people who don't know anything about British culture and stuff, so it felt kind of like it was covering a lot of bases. I think I knew a lot of that, but I also didn't know it as much.
I
Maybe I've forgotten.
most of those slang words I had not heard of actually.
I had heard some of them.
Anyway, he's actually really funny.
I always found his stand-up funny. I'm not a huge fan of his acting, partially because I watched a movie that he was in.
Was it Clifford?
Yes, and I was not a fan. And maybe it was just because he was being an American person. So. Yeah, not a huge fan of his acting, but I like his comedy.
Anyway, guys, we've come to the end of the video. Overall, I think it was really good though, and enjoyed it. And we should probably maybe check out some more Jack Whitehall stand-up and stuff. Because honestly, in that setting, I thought he was hilarious with his sarcasm and stuff. Anyway,
That's our opinion.
Yep. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Comment down below what you think, and we'll see you later.